Just finished watching season 2 of Rings of Power, and I don't get why everyone is hating on it so much. I don't think it's everyone. I just think it's a couple negative people that are extremely loud. And I do understand that the Amazon Prime adaptation is not 100% book accurate. However, it's still enough. Do you know what I mean? Just suck it up. Just watch, enjoy, and stop being so hard, okay? But one of the key getaway that I got from watching this show so far is that you need to study Sauron. Sauron must be studied. Because really and truly, what makes him so powerful is not only his magic, but is the man's emotional IQ, emotional intelligence. This this entity is able to figure out exactly what you want and use that against you. I mean, goddamn, the man created a whole war, put two of his enemies against one another, and they play right into his hands, and he didn't have to slay a single person. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 casualties here and there, but just for the fun of it. But he could have just let everything go on without even having to shed any blood, really and truly. I know that it's crazy to say that we need to study Sauron, but really and truly, you may never know when you're going to need some weapons. Sometimes you have to study evil, you have to study your enemies, and borrow 1 or 2 tricks from them, because you never know when you're going to have to fight a battle on wits alone. You might be in a position where the only weapons that you have is cunning and ruse. And I would say that Sauron was in that position with no allies, with everyone against him. He was in a tricky position. That's why he had to manipulate everyone. That was the most efficient way to get back to power. It's fascinating how Sauron was able to recognize Celebrimbor's ambitions of greatness and his desire of becoming the greatest smith ever. Sauron's ability to just align his goals with Celebrimbor's goals and make Celebrimbor think that Celebrimbor himself wanted to build the Rings of Power. And really and truly, it was Sauron that put the idea in his mind. Yes, he created the Rings of Power for the elves, but I'm talking about the evil rings, the 9 rings that Sauron will eventually give to the 9 kings amongst the men and will turn them into the Nazgûls. That creation, that was pure evil. It came from Sauron manipulating him. I'm not going to keep on rambling in this video, but what I learned from Sauron is that you need to see, you need to understand, you need to know what your enemy truly desires. And if you know that, 9 times out of 10, you will not even have to fight them. You can just manipulate them or just align yourself with whatever and either overcome them or just avoid a conflict altogether. Lastly, side note, this just made me realize that the true power of the ring, the true power of Sauron's ring was obviously like a boost in strength and everything for Sauron, but for anyone else that wore it, it was just borrowing power. But really and truly, it was just Sauron whispering to your deepest, most egotistic desires of power and using that to manipulate you into basically doing his work. That's what happened to the 9 kings that became the Nazgûl. That's what turned Gollum into Gollum. That's what happened to King Isildur. And that's what happens to anyone that touches the ring. Even Bilbo got corrupted a little bit by the ring. But yeah, guys, that was it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. So yeah, guys, it's your favorite YouTuber, Tenam's Goal. If you like this video, you can click here, or just go on my profile, subscribe, and there's much more videos like this. And also check the link in the description to help support the people of Palestine. They don't want me to talk about it. Please do show support. And yes, until next time.
قالوا إنها وعد نحن عصبة الأسد، فأتاهم زحفنا زائلون للأبد.